All right. Here we are, back at it again, episode 147 of the Voluntary Viewing podcast, recorded on June 20th, 2021. On the podcast today, we have a man who has risen to the top of the business industry thanks to three things: gatekeeping, gaslighting, and girl bossing. Ryan Holtz.
I was really hoping that one wasn't going to be me. Sometimes on these intros, you kind of pray that it's the other guy, and then it's you.
You're the other guy.
Yeah.
You're actually, wait, who would you rather be in that movie? Will Ferrell or Mark Wahlberg?
And the other guys?
Yeah.
Neither.
Oh.
Fucking kill myself.
Rather be Samuel L. Jackson or The Rock.
No, I don't want to be them either.
Michael Keaton.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Little
would you
River
be
Band.
Michael Keaton?
No, I want to be the coffee guy. The guy that keeps coming up and being like, "Hey, you guys want some coffee?" Not a good time. Is it Bob? I think his name's Bob. Yeah. It's not a good time, Bob. That's who I want to be in the office.
Bob, what are you doing here? Oh, yeah, no, this is part of that reinvestment program I emailed you guys about.
That's
putting
right.
the police pension into, you guys not read my email?
Yeah, it did end up mattering. That's right. He did play a pivotal role. He was the scam. No, I couldn't be Michael Keaton either. Such a fucking buffoon. I could maybe be, what's his name? Damon Wayans Jr. I don't know his character's name.
Are they the rival cop duo who are really okay?
Is it Danson and Highsmith, or is that the Samuel L. Jackson?
Yeah, no, those were Danson and Highsmith.
Yeah,
Danson and Highsmith was Damon Wayans Jr. and
no, Danson and Highsmith were the guys that
Samuel L.
died.
Jackson
and
The Rock. Yeah, what were they? Martin and Fosse, was it?
that sounds right. Yeah,
or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it was what's his name from
It was Rob Riggle.
Rob Riggle,
Yeah,
and he also does the Fox stuff now.
God,
What?
you kind of have to go into comedy with a name like Rob Riggle, right? Like, there's no other. Yeah.
Rob Riggle does the Fox Game Day stuff now. He's like the Fox.
Oh, that guy.
comedian.
I thought you meant he was on Fox News.
No. Although he was a decorated combat veteran. Like Rob Riggle is like full blown. I don't know if he was a Navy SEAL, but he was like a Green Beret or something. Like that dude killed a lot of people.
I don't know. He got the Humanitarian Service Medal, Ryan.
Okay, there are pictures of him.
He also has
with
a
the LMG.
Kosovo campaign medal, Afghanistan.
There is an LMG draped over his shoulder with his fucking massive bicep. Like that dude killed people.
I'm sorry, Rob Riggle, the actor who got so excited about the Catalina freaking wine mixer that he had a heart attack, is a decorated military veteran.
Yeah.
He does
Fucking
have a combat
incredible.
action ribbon.
There you go. Oh, and now he co-hosts the Steph Curry's mini golf game, Holy Moly.
Oh my god. Do you think he ever just
Yeah.
spaces out?
Yeah, he's just in the shit, and he's just like, you know what? One day when I'm 50, I'm going to be hosting a mini golf TV show. This will be all worth it, baby.
Oh god, I can't wait for Steph Curry to say something like, "All right, Rob, 3 feet away, gotta sink this one to win. Most intense moment of your life. Here you go."
You're just about to putt. All right, Rob, light him up.
Oh,
Just
no.
just twitching out.
Oh, Rob, thank you for your service, Rob Riggle. Seemed like a cool dude. Also on the podcast today. No, today is all about dads, but certifiable great son, Andrew Clark, joining us once again.
Thank you. I'm really, really glad you didn't call me daddy. Because that's where I thought that was going.
Oh.
Certifiable daddy, Andrew. No, yeah, certifiable great son. I got the plaque up on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
It's there.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. That's right. Rob Riggle was on The Daily Show
Yeah.
as a military correspondent. So he was there, like, black guy who's allowed to make fun of black people for the military. Like,
Oh.
he was
yeah.
there. No, I can make fun of the military and shit on them because I was in the military, like Trump card, baby. Like,
Yeah.
can't come after me. Even though it's probably, you know, a room of Harvard writers that have never even dreamed of combat experience. Oh, man, that's fun.
And then last but not least on the podcast is me, Lucas the writer, and I just want to say to everybody without a father today due to whatever circumstances, I'm your dad now.
I'm your fucking dad. I fuck your mom.
You don't have a choice in the matter.
No.
Cool.
No.
Lucas just adopted,
Millions.
yeah, probably a billion people, right? At least. How many people are like too old
Yeah.
where their parents are dead? And then combine in like the people whose fathers passed away
Or just
at
had
an unfortunate age, or just like father's not in the picture.
bad relationship, whatever.
It's
Yeah.
probably 1 to 2 billion, huh?
No.
At least.
Oh, wow. So like a
Well,
third of humanity. Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you,
something
it's
like that.
honestly, if those are the parameters, it would be way more than that. How much of the world's population is over 50?
I don't know if it's a guarantee that your father is dead. If
No,
you're
I know
50.
that,
Well, like,
but
okay.
it's a good portion because I mean, global life expectancy is in like the low 70s.
Yeah, I would imagine.
We're just talking
it'd
about
be,
averages here.
Yeah.
like mid to. I feel like more like late 50s is when you start just chalking it up to a rounding error for the people whose fathers are still alive.
In the U.S., at least 16.5% of Americans are over the age of 65. No, why would you give me that? I asked for 55 specifically.
Okay, we can go with that.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, because 65 is the actual cutoff most people use. I feel like and that's definitely like within a rounding error of the people whose dads are still alive at 65 plus has got to be. You're talking less than 1%.
regardless, I got a lot of games of catch ahead of me. Here we go.
To warm up that arm.
I have to limber up.
Rev up those fryers. 'Cause you sure are hungry for some father, son, and daughter bonding. You know, like when you're playing like catch with random friends and then someone else shows up, so you have to expand
Yep.
to like now you're playing 3-person catch. I picture you in a circle with 2 to 3 billion people, and
They're
you're
all
just
around you.
you're just throwing it in a big circle.
Lucas
all the
just
way
has
around.
a giant pile of balls, like a giant
Yep.
bucket of balls. Just grab one, chuck it, just as many as you can. You're gonna be doing that until you die, and you'll have thrown, hundreds of thousands of balls. But most of your adopted kids still won't get to play catch with you.
I'm gonna have to change to the other arm midway through just so I can get a Tommy John surgery on the arm I had been using.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so the Earth is. Oh shit! No, you couldn't do this.
Oh.
The Earth at the equator. Oh, that's the diameter. No, what's the circumference? What's the circumference of the Earth?
You don't think we could make a big enough circle? Is what you're saying?
24,901. Yeah, that was my thing. I was like, could you
Yeah.
actually circle the Earth with 2 to 3 billion people? How much space would be between each of you? So it's 24,901 miles. So then 5,280 feet. Yeah, that's only 131 million feet. So you would be. Each person's going to be more than a foot wide. You could go shoulder to shoulder with all your children, or you could go shoulder to shoulder with. If we're saying 1 foot, which isn't right, it would be.
Yeah.
You could only fit 131 million kids around the Earth, shoulder to shoulder, and you're gonna have 2 to 3 billion kids. So yeah, no, you couldn't play catch
Oh boy.
that way.
You're a
I'm
bad
sorry,
father.
kids. I'd do anything for y'all, but I can't do this.
But I won't do that. All right, we're gonna say 131.5 million, and we were at, let's say 2.5 billion kids.
Yeah.
Divide that by one. Was it 131?
I believe so.
5. Yeah, you would need 19 lines,
Oh.
but that's the Earth's circumference at the equator, and the Earth's gonna get less distance around. So, yeah, no, you'd be fucked. You can't do 19 bands around the Earth playing catch.
Okay, so I mean, gonna have to take this in shifts anyway, since they're with some of them are with their moms on like the other weekend. So that's breaking it down to half already. We can make this work. We can. This is just logistics, We'll get there.
Hands Across America.
Did you ever
Did
wonder?
they pull that off, by the way?
No,
No.
It didn't work.
I don't believe so.
I never got that. I was like, I've heard about it so much, I almost assumed it worked.
Hands Across
Oh, wow.
America.
Continuity of the chain. In order to allow the maximum number of people to participate, the path linked major cities and meandered back and forth within the cities. Just as there were sections where the line, quote-unquote, was 6 to 10 people deep, there was also undoubtedly many breaks in the chain. However, enough people participated that if an average of all the participants had been taken and spread evenly along the route, standing 4 feet apart, an unbroken chain around the 48 contiguous states would have been formed. Yeah, but that's bullshit. Who cares?
Yeah.
You could get people in cities to link arms. Cool. That the whole point is that you can actually get across the country.
Can you imagine being the people who got stuck standing in a river or some shit?
Well, that's the thing, is that most of the people were in obviously populated areas because they didn't have
Yeah.
hundreds of thousands of people drive out to the middle of fucking I-94
Yeah.
and just stretch out along the highway. Like, no one was going to be willing to do that. They're like, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'll stand downtown and hold someone's hand. I'm not going to go fucking drive 3 hours into the country.
That's the other thing, is that it really wasn't... The line makes no sense. Like, it started in Santa
Yeah.
Monica and went to New York, but, like, the line went, like, Santa Monica, Phoenix, Albuquerque, Amarillo, Little Rock, Memphis, and then it shot up to St. Louis, just straight north, like, for a while, and then continued east from St. Louis, like...
So, like, I'm on the Wikipedia page, too. I was about to say, you know what? Raised $15 million for local charities against hunger and homelessness. That's a lot of money in 1986 money. But then also in the legacy section, after operating costs, that $15 million comes after operating costs. Just should have been $34 million.
Yeah, they lost...
Then
They lost 19 million, I'm assuming, in advertising.
advertising, organization, logistics, paying people to organize. Yeah.
We're a charity. We don't gotta pay volunteers. You're a volunteer.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna get paid. Like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, don't worry.
I'm doing a
making-
lot of work here.
Yeah, I'm making 7 figures, obviously.
Yeah, a drunk pastor at a wedding told me this is where the money is, and yeah, he wasn't wrong.
Was that on the podcast, or was that
I don't
was that
remember.
off mic?
I think that might have been off mic.
Ooh, exposing random pastors and just organized religion.
Yeah, no, we talked about this thing that happened with me and a pastor off mic. I don't want to talk about it on the podcast.
Okay.
Thanks.
Well, we don't have to talk about it because we are headed into News of the Week. Andrew, take it. What's your baby here? What's going on?
Okay, so we can blow through these pretty fast. There's a lot of E3 stuff here, and let's be clear. E3 happened, and it was okay.
Yeah.
There was some stuff that happened before E3 though that I was pretty excited about. Battlefield 2042 is announced. It's going to be the future, kind of. The near future, everything looks pretty much the same, except the world is collapsing because of the climate change and whatnot. Not political, though.
Political.
You play as, people that were forced due to the climate apocalypse to abandon their home countries and flee as refugees, and others. Not political. And they're being
not political.
Forced to fight for scarce resources for those major powers. It's not political. Because there's a tornado.
Yeah.
Weather is not political.
No. There wasn't a politic in the movie Twister. Come on.
It looks fun, though. We're all pretty excited about Battlefield.
Yeah. No single-player campaign. Don't need it.
Don't need it.
No. 128-person maps on PlayStation 5. Can't wait.
I want a Spider-Man across skyscrapers while I watch my friend fly around in a wingsuit, and then another dude shoot a rocket into a fighter jet and blow it up all at the same time, and have us all yell, "Whoa, that was fucking sick! Clip that, clip that, clip that."
World Star.
I'm not gonna lie, the trailer kind of got me when they got to the we're gonna drive an ATV strapped with C4 off a roof into a helicopter. That's pretty great.
It's Battlefield, baby.
Just in Battlefield moments.
They didn't touch in the actual 5-minute cinematic trailer. They didn't touch that hot button issue. They did later revisit it in the gameplay reveal, and they did have someone blow up the C4 that was on the four-wheeler. In the cinematic trailer, they didn't touch it. They just had the four-wheeler bump the helicopter, because that's a hot topic amongst Battlefield stands, is whether or not that's a Bush League move to strap C4 onto a vehicle and drive it into something.
Anything goes. It's Battlefield. Anything goes.
Yeah.
Except for artillery trucks.
Exactly. I think to old head Battlefield players, that is their artillery truck. We're just like, someone's using an artillery truck. We fuck the mission. We're just gonna try to ruin this guy's time.
I think in Battlefield 1, the artillery truck was that game's equivalent of the helicopters. Because in other Battlefield games, there's always one guy that's crazy good at flying those helicopters and just fucking everything. And so it becomes everyone's mission to destroy that helicopter because it's absolutely wreaking havoc. And the artillery truck was that equivalent to Battlefield 1 because there are no helicopters. It was 100 years ago.
Yeah.
But no one ever does it. Everyone just sits in their own spawn with it. It's bullshit. I'm sure the helicopter guy has to fly around the map in order to kill the people. I think the thing about the artillery truck that makes them so frustrating is that people just sit in their own spawn picking off random people so that they can go 30-0 and be like, whoa, I did it. And then when you try to shoot them, they just back up into their spawn where you can't follow them anymore and repair it. That's I think my issue is that it's basically an infallible tactic, and the only way to really kill them is to catch them napping or shoot them with multiple rockets at the same time. Yeah, no, if they get stuck, then it's ooh, sorry, buddy.
I think I read a news article that basically said after the Battlefield 2042 trailer came out, so many people have started playing Battlefield 4 again that they had to add more servers to the game to accommodate.
Well, kind of a similar thing happened with Madden a couple days ago. They released the Madden 22 trailer. And for the rest of the day, Madden 21 servers were absolutely fucked. And I won my game, and then it kicked me out and just said I didn't play it yet. I had to play it again. So, and then I just simulated it, and I ended up winning. So
yeah,
but it was frustrating.
No, it definitely seems like DICE is getting back to the thing people actually liked about Battlefield, and cool. It's weird that it took them 2 games to figure out what they already knew again, but okay.
Battlefield 1 was really good, and everyone liked it. It was just different. Battlefield 5 was not very popular.
I'm going to go ahead and say it's just because we don't know the thing that's going to drive all the Battlefield old heads crazy. there's gonna be something. Like for Ian, it was literally that there's no engineer class, so there's no like sticky explosive. There's such minute shit that like some Battlefield stands are just like game ruining for me, and so like we're not gonna see that until the beta, basically, where people are gonna be like, hold on, what?
You got rid of the paddles, you got rid of the revive, like that. That's how I get all my points. What are you doing?
The opposite. They got a revive gun now. You can shoot people to revive them now with one of the characters.
I don't like that.
What? Oh, I thought you would love that.
Yeah, you play medic most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm like sneaking around, like you're sticking people
you
with
can
a
still
dirty
do that.
needle.
You
can do that too, and then in addition, if someone's across a dangerous area, you can...
Imagine you got like the tranquilizer gun from Metal Gear Solid, except instead of making them go to sleep, it makes them wake up.
Following this analogy through, if I shoot somebody in the head or the asshole with this healing gun, does it heal them more?
I'm going to assume no.
I think it should.
I do hope that you can kill enemies with it, and it just
that's what I was going to
adrenaline
say.
Shot, and it stops their fucking heart.
That'd be amazing. But like some really crazy, because Battlefield does that crazy shit where like in order to balance snipers at close range, they actually have a damage drop off for close range shots. Like, well, the longer the range, the more damage it does in theory. I want that, but for a like little shitty syringe that like doesn't even have iron sights. It's like if you hit a headshot from beyond 20 meters, insta dead. Like just if you can somehow manage to pull that shit off, that's a kill, baby.
Yep.
Not to the body. The body's just like 10 points of damage or some shit. But no, if you fucking dome a dude from a decent range without any sights with an adrenaline shot, dead. It's just game over for him.
Yep.
That would be fun for me. And they do some fun shit. So you never know.
All right, E3 2021 is upon us, the third time this podcast... Wait, no, there was no E3 last year, kind of.
Nope.
The second time this podcast has talked about E3. And as per usual, when a bunch of new stuff comes out, I'm just going to read off the stuff I wrote down, and we're going to interject and loop back to the interesting shit. So we are starting with Summer Games Fest, hosted by Jeff Keighley. Metal Slug Tactics is a thing. Death Stranding Director's Cut for the PlayStation 5. Maybe there's Metal Gear shit in it now. Maybe that was Kojima saying goodbye to the series. Gamers don't know. They don't have media literacy. There was a new Free Guy trailer. Among Us isn't dead. And we got a motherfucking Elden Ring trailer coming out in January 2022.
The game, not the trailer.
Yes.
Yeah, they have a teaser for the trailer.
There's a trailer.
Full trailer coming in 6 months. Like
people would still
ready.
lose their mind for that shit.
No, dude, George R.R. Martin's a part of this project. That makes total sense that they would set an arbitrary release date.
Coming. This game's coming.
This
Don't
game's
you
on
worry.
the way. I mean, that's no worse than Bethesda showing a JPEG of the new Elder Scrolls game 3 years ago or whatever the fuck, and still not a single other piece of content since.
No. God. Can you guys make sure I don't play Death Stranding again?
I mean,
can you restrain me?
I have attempted to keep you from playing the same... I have attempted to keep you from buying the same game that you've already bought and played through a second time and just playing it again and paying $60 more for it. I've tried to keep you from doing that.
Name one time I've done that.
Persona 5.
Name one other time I've done that.
I don't remember what it was called, but it was very similar to Persona 5. Actually, wait, I think you may have paid for Persona 5 3 times. Or did I make that part up?
No, I only paid twice. There's a kind of sequel to Persona 5, though, that I'm thinking about getting. That's probably cheap now. Oh, fuck.
There was another
I don't
game
know.
that you bought, like the director's cut or like the
Final Fantasy
definitive.
VII you bought at least twice, right? If you're counting like remakes.
I think-
Although
I think
that was
that's
a true
different.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
true.
remake, I guess.
Yeah.
With Persona 5, it was literally the same game with like 5 extra hours of DLC. And you paid
40 hours.
45.
Bad 40 hours, but still 40 more hours.
Bad 40 hours of Persona 5 is most games good 60 hour. I don't know. Trying to do an Aaron Rodgers meme. Yeah. No, it's
Yeah.
fuck, what was I? Oh, I had something. I'm sorry. I'm lost it.
You're good. I hope there's a way for me to play Metal Slug Tactics without giving money to an Arab prince who murders journalists. That would be awesome. Hopefully I find a way to make that happen. And then, I know I'm the only one on the podcast who cares about Dark Souls from Software shit, but Elden Ring looks dope. Like, feel like, this being an open world RPG game, maybe, more open, opportunity for more people to get into it now that it's less of a action, punishing game. But I don't know. I'm hopeful. I'm excited. I'm definitely going to play it.
I don't care about the FromSoft games. I never have, but like, I will say Elden Ring has me a little bit more interested because it seems like it has other aspects of the game other than this is Dark Souls with new big bad enemies to fight. Like, it seems like there's a story and characters and shit, but Ryan, I think, figured out what he was going to say.
There's a story. It's lore.
Lore.
Andrew, just because it's lore doesn't mean it's not story. You don't want to read a bunch of random books that are
here's the
buried
thing.
throughout.
I
to discover
actually
the
really
lore.
like doing that in video games. I know that a lot of people think it's really boring, but like with Horizon Zero Dawn, it has a very well-defined story with characters and the stuff that's going on in that game, and then it is enhanced when you read the stories of the people 1,000 years ago, and it kind of fills in the gaps of like what was happening, even though it's explained to you in the game and there's a narrative, but the additional stuff I think enhances those kinds of stories. The Last of Us does it really well too with the environmental storytelling. But when that's all there is, there's nothing to enhance. It's just notes.
Yeah.
You enhance the difficulty. But yeah, no, I remembered I bought Grand Theft Auto 5 3 times far. One of them was for Andrew. And both times I bought it the second and third time, it was half price, so I only paid 2 full price.
I don't think it counts if you're
prices.
buying it as a gift for somebody else.
What was it from? Oh, it was because I won March Madness.
Oh,
so
yeah.
He's like, I got random
yeah.
money, Andrew. Can I
Then my PC
buy you a
just
game that we could play together?
couldn't.
Let me pay you to be my friend and do friend stuff together.
Hey,
Yeah.
we did have fun playing it, but there was no way to see what the key mapping was, so I couldn't figure out how to like fly planes around and shit. I couldn't even really drive.
Plug into a controller and,
Wouldn't
you got it.
It wouldn't map to my PlayStation controller.
Weird.
No
I
idea.
would have just had to go buy an Xbox One controller.
We got the free GTA 5. Has there been any updates on that? Wasn't that an E3? They're shutting down the servers for the PS3, Xbox
Oh,
360
that's right,
version.
yeah.
But I mean, they said summer 2021 would be when GTA 5, the online version, that's going to be a subscription model, but like PS5 people play it free for the first
Ooh.
6 months or whatever it is.
First 3 months will be free for PlayStation Plus subscribers. I thought it was going to be
3 months,
longer than
there you
that.
Yeah, we got to get our jollies in.
It just says second half of 2021. We'll
Jesus.
see.
Well,
I mean,
yeah, I was hoping summer. That sounds like it's going to coincide with Battlefield, and it's not going to be easy to get people to buy in and do some shit.
Changing gears to talk about games that we can't play. Microsoft Bethesda. Starfield is supposedly going to be out in November of 2022. Xbox is exclusive. Good for them.
they said sorry.
Yeah.
PlayStation, we're sorry. You can't play it. We feel bad.
We
Sorry.
didn't spend $1 billion on Bethesda to have their games go to our competition.
Yeah.
Unless it's Skyrim. We're still gonna do that.
I don't think they're going to.
Genie's out of the bottle, man. Like, they're not gonna stop. Well,
No.
I'm
saying
that game.
like I'm saying that the next Elder Scrolls game is going to be an Xbox exclusive.
Oh no!
I'm
I'm just like, if somebody told me they're going to port Skyrim to Stadia tomorrow, I'd be like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, gotcha. You mean actual Skyrim?
Yes, not. Yeah.
But a lot of people just say like, when's the next Skyrim game coming out?
Yeah. No, they did it to
Fucking
themselves.
posers.
They don't understand the lore.
They weren't here for Morrowind, therefore they're trash. You didn't play it when it was a top-down, then you don't belong here.
Captain Jack Sparrow is going to be in the Sea of Thieves game, which is odd.
Wait, why?
I mean,
Captain Jack Sparrow didn't beat his wife. That was Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp?
Nah. We've talked about it before. I don't think we need to get into it again.
Yeah. I'm not willing to unequivocally state that Johnny Depp is a white man, personally.
Well, I will say,
Yeah.
I think more likely than not, Johnny Depp was a very bad husband. It doesn't mean his wife wasn't also very bad and abusive. They were probably both terrible to each other.
I guess, on top of it being odd for that reason, who gives a shit about Pirates of the Caribbean now? And also, I can't believe Disney signed off on this.
I think that's the point, right? I think a lot of people that could move the needle of just like, oh shit, now we can play as fucking Jack Sparrow, like one of the most influential characters of the aughts, like, but like you said, it's not super marketable at this point for Disney, so they're just like, well, sure, we'll cash in.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. The barriers to entry to buy into Pirates of the Caribbean now are lower than they've ever been.
When?
Oh god,
starring a gender bent person of color. Like, come on, Jill Sparrow.
I'd watch it.
Yeah,
I'd fork over $22 to watch that in LA movie theater.
AMC Stubbs A-list, baby. It pays itself off after like one movie in LA.
Moving on to Square Enix, Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin is a Souls-like Final Fantasy spin-off game where you play as an angry man who has to kill chaos.
I saw
that was a meme. Yeah, that's the meme.
Yeah, it just talks about fucking killing chaos all the time. I saw Video Game Donkey's like overview of E3 this year. He's like, they announced Final Fantasy 16 last year, and it was super weird because people watching the trailer didn't get the secondhand embarrassment of liking fantasy RPGs because it just looked like a cool, normal video game, I guess. So they had to fix that by making the jankiest, corniest ass fucking fantasy video game bullshit ever.
He's just a man wearing a button-down shirt. Like,
with a big-ass triangle in the front of it that goes down to his knees. He looks like a fucking idiot. And then he just talks, I need to kill chaos. I'm here for chaos. I'm gonna kill him.
It reminds me of fucking Shenmue.
Yeah.
A lot of that dialogue was very Shenmue-esque. I'm here to speak to some sailors. One of them is named Chaos. Like,
and then the announcement that Final Fantasy 1 through 6 are getting pixel remasters for PC and mobile only, apparently. And also, this isn't like a bundle. You have to buy them piecemeal, and this was going around as rumors beforehand. I was excited about it. I'm a lot less excited now, and hope we get more details that make this seem like it doesn't suck.
What is a pixel remaster?
So instead of like Okay, so you know how pixels kind of look garbage on a CRT because it's weird and distorted? All of these games were formatted for that, and now it's going to be, these are pixels, but on flat screen monitors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So it's basically just porting them to, it's not upgrading anything or like fidelity. It's just making sure that they're playable on, gotcha.
This isn't going to be like, oh, this all looks like Octopath Traveler now, but I would pay money for that, actually. So, of course, they're not going to do it. Yeah.
When has Lucas ever done that?
Did I buy Octopath Traveler? No, just once. Just once on that one.
We made it shittier. Lucas is like, take my money. You know that thing you like? What if we just made the graphics look bad? Would you pay for that? Surprisingly, yes. The answer is yes.
It's the dude that takes out the credit card, looks away, and just slamming his credit card down on the table and just take it.
Announcement that I didn't see live, but was thrilled to hear on Twitter. We're getting a sequel to River City Girls and a localization for the original game featuring the main characters, which was never released in English-speaking regions. This is great, because I'm still mad about River City Girls' original ending. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm excited. Also, they're adding 2 new playable characters to the game. One of them is the Ab lady from that game that a lot of people are into and is posted around the internet a lot. So, yeah, you know what? Giving the people what they want. No.
Big Ab lady.
Had Big Vampire Lady. Now we're going back to our roots, Big Ab lady. Nintendo Direct. Tekken's Kazuya Mishima is going to be in Smash. I am going to be honest and say that I didn't really know who this character was before this announcement. So I looked up their wiki page, and let me just read through some of the info box stuff, okay? Full name Kazuya Mishima, also known as Devil Kazuya. Origin Japan. However, in parentheses, it's noted he abandoned his nationality. Yeah, you know, why not? He has heterochromia because, of course, he does. He's an anime boy.
Yeah, he killed a lot of people in that trailer, in the Smash trailer.
Not Kirby though. Kirby is safe.
No, Kirby made it out. He used that jump height or whatever from Smash, whatever it's called.
I started laughing immediately when he was just palming Kirby like a basketball. Oh, that was pretty great. Super Monkey Ball Collection. Congratulations to all the sickos really into that game. Friendship with Metroid Prime 4 is over.
No, we have to address that.
Stop. That's my whole up card.
What?
I have no affinity for Super Monkey Ball, but come on.
What is the
There
what
are
is
people
the deal?
who
What
are
am I missing?
really into Super Monkey. You guys don't know this?
There's people
Lucas,
really into every
have you
single game
heard-
you fucking played.
Yeah. Have you heard the way you've been talking for the last half hour about every game? And Super Monkey Ball is apparently just where you draw the line. Like, what is wrong with Super Monkey Ball?
I think
I've played it like once. It's fine. It's a video game.
Now imagine if you dedicated your life to that.
Imagine if you dedicated your life to any of these fucking video games.
Imagine if you dedicated your life to Final Fantasy to the point that you would pay for if they made an Octopath Traveler reskin version of 1 through 6.
Yeah.
I don't know, fam.
I'd do that.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
You're a sicko by your own
You're
standards.
down the rabbit hole, and we're not really judging you until you start fucking punching down at Super Monkey Ball people that they're just actual sickos, apparently.
I'm sorry. I don't mean sickos as a derogatory term. Just people are really intense about Super Monkey Ball in a way that I don't understand, but good for y'all.
No.
Good for y'all being
Sickos
into it.
like me, we're reclaiming the word. We call each other
it's sickos.
sickos.
I can say it. You're not allowed to say it.
Oh, God, I'm adding that to the title list.
Good Lord.
Friendship with Metroid Prime 4 is over. Best friends with Metroid Dread now. WarioWare Get It Together is announced and likely will not feature Elon Musk. Thank God. Shin Megami Tensei 5 is out November 12th, and its protagonist is the most androgynous in the franchise yet. We are excited.
No.
Royal we there, I
Yeah.
feel like.
So I'm not going to try and punch down because I can tell that you like this, and I'm not going to call you a sicko for liking it. I
Okay.
will say though, I was sitting in my office alone. It was during a work day, and I had a break, and I knew Nintendo's thing was going on, and I wanted to see if they were going to do anything with Breath of the Wild. We'll get to that later. So I turned on my phone and had the live broadcast going, and the trailer for Shin Megami Tensei 5 came on, and I said out loud to no one else, this looks like the most boring video game I've ever seen. Not because there wasn't anything going on, it just seemed like with all the stuff that was going on, nothing was going on. So, have you seen the trailer, Ryan?
No.
Okay. So,
Okay, so Andrew, that is okay. You know what? As you get
Ooh.
into what happens in the trailer, let me just say, I said out loud to myself when that trailer came on, gay, homosexual, gay, and could not be more enthused.
no, I'm happy that you and everyone else is happy that it is gay. I'm
Yes.
I'm glad that it's gay.
Yeah,
Being gay doesn't make it good. Wow. There can be bad gay. It's possible. But just... And the gayness had nothing to do with why it wasn't good.
Not that there's anything wrong with
Yeah.
that.
I just wish they weren't so much in our face about it.
Yeah, no, I just, as long as they don't hit on me, then
But
we don't got
so
problems.
the stuff going on, there was stuff going on in the trailer, and then it was just all narrated by this like very like monotone white woman, and it's just like in Shin Megami Tensei 5, like this wasn't an overview, this was the trailer. In Shin Megami Tensei 5, you're a high school student in Tokyo, and everything's the same. But what happened if you get sucked into another dimension, and it's the desert, and it's post-apocalyptic, and there's angels and demons fighting, and you fuse with a mysterious stranger, and now you have special devil powers, and you fight devils, and you collect them like Pokemon, and you fight with the devils, and...
Look, I'm just an impartial judge in this court case that is Shin Megami Tensei boring.
Yeah.
But I feel like you did just describe a lot of shit.
Yeah.
For a game that you then pretended
and none
was
of it seemed
boring
interesting
and-
because it's just the same fucking game. It sounded like they had an AI play 50,000 hours of JRPGs and had that AI then write a JRPG script, and this is what came out because it's just the same. I'm sorry, I should clarify. It's not boring because there was nothing. It's boring because there's nothing new. It's the same.
I mean, okay, so
Other
what is
than
always
gay, I
distinguished-
Lucas, your response. What is your? You get a counter redirect or whatever the fuck. I'm a judge.
Rebuttal. It's called a rebuttal.
So
Well, no, because I think yours was the rebuttal,
Yes.
and then his is the redirect because Lucas had the first point. I don't remember. I'm
I
a judge.
I would say that, well, the Shin Megami Tensei and Persona games can definitely be formulaic. The thing that differentiates them from a lot of other stuff in the genre is that this is a literal interpretation of a lot of belief systems. That guy you fuse with, literally Lucifer. You are bonding with King Devil shit to be
King shit.
Yeah.
You dropped this to Satan.
To be the protagonist of this game. And then, in a different trailer, Satan shows up out of nowhere to announce to the world... Different than Lucifer, by the way.
Yeah, wait, is Lucifer and Satan different?
Yeah, apparently.
Didn't you just say it's a literal interpretation of real belief systems?
No, Ryan, don't question it.
I'm the judge. That's my whole thing here.
No. The lawyers question, you judge.
The judges ask fucking questions. Hold on.
We had a whole
Judges
thing about
ask
Clarence
questions
Thomas doing his job,
cases.
In a different trailer, Satan shows up to announce to the world, hey, so God, Yahweh is dead.
But
time
God's
now.
totally fine.
I'm only going to allow this if you can explain to this court what the difference between Satan and Lucifer is.
Satan is the king of hell, the underworld. Lucifer is Satan risen to do battle with God in the cataclysm that will end the universe. That is the difference.
So you would say that it is like the unholy Trinity in direct response to the Holy Trinity, like they're the same person but they're different incarnations.
Yes.
I also don't think that's true.
I kind of agree.
Yeah, like Satan
but
was definitely
maybe in
was
this
supposed to be like a servant of God who then fell, or Lucifer, I should say, and then fell because he fell out of favor, and then
he fell out of favor.
I don't know.
I'm willing to push back on that a bit. Lucifer didn't just like commit a faux pas and then God was like, all right, I'm kind of putting that guy in the back.
God
burner.
found the new hotness.
It was a direct rebuke of literal God. He got too high and mighty for his own position and fucking went, I don't need to listen to this motherfucker anymore.
Lucifer is Yzma.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really made like Lucifer out to be the wronged party in that retelling. He just kind of he reheated fish in the microwave one too many times, and God was like, all right, we're gonna move that guy to the back office. Like he's no longer at my side.
Also, I think Satan, Lucifer also had a different name when they were an angel, but I forget what that is.
Where does the snake fit into all this? Where's the serpent? Is he a different incarnation or is that Lucifer?
I don't think they're different.
I think the snake...
I'm asking Lucas. This is my judge question.
I think in Shin Megami Tensei, at least, the snake is... just the representation of temptation, which they assign to the demon Lilith, which is, in some other biblical stuff is also temptation.
I'm pretty sure
That's
Lucifer was
deal.
just when they had to give Satan a backstory.
They had to flesh him out. They were like, no one's going to be scared of this just ethereal being that doesn't really have a personality. We need to make him fucked up. We need to... make him hardcore.
You need to be able to identify with him and realize, anybody can get it.
This is the attitude era of the Bible, guys. Come on. We need a good heel.
Yeah, Lucifer is the killing joke of the Bible. Like when they went pretty dark with it, just for the sake of going dark with it. Like, good God. Yeah. Look, I don't know if I'm allowing it. Mostly because I'm pretty sure that the serpent is supposed to be an incarnation of Satan, but fair enough. We're gonna let it roll.
Yeah.
Okay, where were we?
There's gonna be a Danganronpa collection coming to the Switch, which I haven't played any of the Danganronpa games. This seems like a good excuse. People on TikTok seem to like it. I don't know. Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp. Definitely going to play these. Cannot wait. And then, last but certainly not least, new Breath of the Wild 2 footage. 45 seconds worth. People are losing their goddamn minds, as they should.
Looked pretty cool. Looked like more of Breath of the Wild, which is what we all want.
some of it's in the sky, and then also maybe underground, but also, is it a different world? Is it going to be a different, more fucked up world? Why does Link have an arm sometimes, and why does he have an anime arm in other times? I don't know. Can't wait to find out. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got any thoughts on that, Andrew?
I'm excited.
Okay.
Looks cool.
Hell yeah, it
Down.
does.
Can't wait.
Take my money, Nintendo. And that will take us into television, where we got an oops.
A late edition. Click this article because it has a great
No.
picture, and it should
Oh my
definitely be in
God.
the description.
I remember I heard about this on the fucking radio and I almost crashed my car.
So the headline it's from therap.com, which is, it's like slightly elevated tabloid,
Yeah.
because it's focused on like entertainment news, not like, talking about actual entertainment, talking about like the goings on of entertainment.
It's a match made in heaven. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't get better than this.
There is a picture of a man sliding down a mudslide, and the title is NBC Shit Show, Ultimate Slip and Slide Production Shut Down Over, quote, Explosive Diarrhea Outbreak. NBC is doing a show for their post-Olympics slot to be like, ooh, and if you like the Olympics, watch this, called Ultimate Slip and Slide, which is just a slip and slide game show. And in the filming location out in Simi Valley, apparently 40 crew members got violently sick with explosive diarrhea because of a fucking, what's it called?
Giardia.
A parasite that was found in the area.
It's Giardia, also known as beaver fever.
Yeah.
What?
It's because you get it
Yep.
you get it from beaver shit usually. I mean, or just animal shit in
That
general.
just raises more questions.
You get it in the water is the thing.
Okay.
The animals shit in the water. It gets into the water that you drink. The animals had the parasite. You drink the water. Now you have the parasite. And the parasite, whose whole job is to multiply a little bit and then get you to shit so that it can spread. I mean, that's what it does.
Yeah.
It makes you shit and puke over and over and over again until you die or get rehydrated.
It doesn't take long for the visuals to be like, oh,
This is a slip and slide show.
slip and slide show. It sounds like none of the contestants were affected, because then, that's just, you know.
It's one of those
you know there's an
stories where
incident.
the implication is definitely funnier than, like, potentially the actual situation. It's like the Batman doesn't eat pussy thing. The implication of those statements are much funnier than, like, what actually went down. But I'm sure that there was not a case of someone sliding down the slide, shitting their pants, and then someone going down after them.
I would not be positive that didn't happen. I doubt someone went down after them, but you never know, man. PAs test those courses. So when they say crew, and it's 40 crew members, there's probably only like 100 crew members there. Not a zero chance that someone went down that slide with a case of the runs and it didn't go well.
God damn it. Imagine if that happened to you. I don't think I would ever recover.
No.
Okay, but in this specific instance, it would literally be the best scenario. Like, oh, everyone got violently sick. Everyone's just going to kind of feel bad for you. Like, no one's going to blame you in the slightest. And yeah, maybe it was just the day that, I don't know, you had a big dinner the night before and you didn't have Giardia. Like, you didn't have beaver fever, and
Everyone
it
else
just happened to
got
coincide.
fever, and you just shit your pants.
You know what? This is a number of people shitting their pants that, like, maybe you do it out of solidarity. Maybe you do it because you're like, wow, this is the one time in my adult life where I'll be able to shit my pants in public, and I'm totally consequence and judgment free. Nobody
it's
look
America-
down on me. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's American Vandal season 2.
Yeah.
Where Kevin has to pretend he has to force himself to shit his pants, otherwise they'd suspect him.
I have not seen season 2.
Oh, spoiler
Oh
alert!
God.
He literally shits his own pants because otherwise he'd be the prime suspect, the only guy who didn't shit his own pants. Yeah.
That I gotta go back to. I gotta rewatch American Vandal 1 and 2. Andrew, if I auditioned to be on the Cube, would you be my partner for that?
Fuck it, why not?
I'm putting together a short list. Okay, you would fly out for
Yeah,
that.
no,
You'd beat the
I would
ticket.
absolutely
Okay.
do that. I mean, get to meet Dwayne Wade, go play
Yeah.
a game in a box. That sounds fun. I have no idea
Ryan,
how
I'd be
for
successful the show's going to be, but it sounds fun.
It'd be for season 2 at this point.
Right.
Want
Yeah.
to throw that out.
Do I get to
But,
shit
yeah,
my
they're
pants
probably cast.
in the box?
Possibly. That could be the. I don't know. I don't know the rules well enough. So if we're competing against like other people, like in terms of score, like that could be a strategy.
The Cube has got its fucking teeth into you, Lucas. You've mentioned the Cube more than most TV shows, I feel like, in the
'Cause,
last
like,
couple weeks.
And I might be jinxing myself here. I'll call it out if my life plays out like this. It doesn't seem that hard. Okay.
Fucking throwing down the gauntlet.
So I've
bit.
never seen the Cube. I've seen the commercials. Isn't it just like a different mini game every time you go in there?
Yeah.
It's like Fall Guys, but it doesn't repeat or something.
Put these balls in a box.
I feel like I can't prove it. I feel like you're oversimplifying.
Shuffle this deck of cards. Just like the easiest shit. Lucas is like, maybe it's just me, but yeah, no. And then if you can't do it, you can have Dwayne Wade do it
Yeah.
for you.
What?
Oh yeah, no, that's the gimmick. Like that's the hook is like you can also use your lifeline, which is to
It's
have
Dwayne
a former
Right.
NBA super. No, Dwayne Wade's the host.
Yeah.
No, I know that, but
Of
he's
the
also
Cube.
the lifeline.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
he'll come in and
he
do
puts
the
it,
challenge.
and he tries to actually do it. And
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah, if he was sandbagging, I feel like he'd get called out, right? People would be like, "What the fuck, Dwayne Wade? That you obviously weren't giving it 100% there. You cost us $250,000."
Yeah, but that's the thing. The studio has to pay out that money. I feel like he'd have an incentive to.
It's all insured.
Oh.
Yep.
All of those game shows are literally insured. They could care less if someone wins.
Oh, I didn't know that's how that
Like
worked.
Deal or No Deal literally just had insurance. So like all the crew loved it when people would win big money because
They didn't give a shit?
Then they
Huh.
well, it would be promotion. That
Yeah.
could be oh shit, people actually win. Even though when they finally got someone to get $1 million, they had to have like what $8 million cases because yeah, it's really hard to stick it out till the very end and to win the $1 million. Mm-hmm. So yeah, no, all of the every game show is insured if they have like a big money prize that's like if you the average prize is like $40K and the big money prize is like $500K, they're insured for that big amount, so they cover their asses.
I'm not able to find a list of games on the Cube in its latest iteration, and I am bummed about that.
Well, looks like you'll have to binge it.
That's fair. All right, Andrew, you're on the short list. Ryan, I'd add you, but I think you're not allowed, unfortunately. I'm sorry you miss out on
probably
that.
not.
No.
I can ask around.
Although, well, I mean,
Could I be on the Cube?
if you do well enough, like, maybe it's not.
$250K. $250,000 is life-changing money. Well, I mean, it'd be 125, and then what, like 70 after taxes. That's a lot of money. That would be awesome. But no, I'm not going to quit my job over $70,000.
Wait, is the max prize on the Cube not $1 million?
No, it's $250. It's a cable game show, bro.
Well,
We're talking cable, baby. They ain't got that money.
I'm sure
Oh,
insurance.
wow.
Is it insured? Sure, but insurance costs a lot of money.
Yeah, no. The bigger the prize, the more you're gonna have to pay in premiums.
All right, that will take us to the meme corner.
The memes.
I have a simple question for you guys. Okay? You ready to bare your soul? Would you rather get $1 million cash or $50 a month for the rest of your life?
Well,
Can we do a dramatic reading of the Twitter thread?
Yes.
Does anyone have the Twitter
I'll
thread?
look for it.
Not on me.
Okay. That's I think me and Andrew or Luke, anyone could jump in. And there might have been 3 people. We can do a dramatic rereading of the fucking tomatoes meme. Hold on. It took over Twitter for like a day and then it was gone.
Would you?
Okay, hold on. You don't understand. I found it.
Okay.
It's Nick. Oh, he changed his name. He's now this is his thing. Nick Tomato King Huber. Hold on. Let me find the OG tweet. Oh, fuck you, dude. How do you see in response? I'm trying to roll back the thread. I'll link the thread where I have it now with the viral tweet.
Good call.
But I want to go back so that we can get the beginning of the thread.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how to do that because I usually use Twitter on my phone. Okay, no, I got it. You just have to click on Dr. Parikh Patel's tweet, and then you can get the whole thread.
Okay.
So we've got Side Hustle King, who kind of kicks it off.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Nick Tomato King Huber, and then Dr. Patel. And then there's people responding to the Tomato King.
Okay. I will start this off, and then whoever wants to take the reins from there, go for it. That sound good?
I'll be dibs on the Tomato King.
Okay.
Andrew, you want to be Dr. Patel?
Sure.
The fucking voice of reason.
Yeah.
Would you rather get paid $1 million right now or $50 every month for the rest of your life? I'll take option B. That's what passive income is. Find a way to make passive income. It'll change your life.
Well, I'm Nick Tomato King Huber, and I'm going to say B all day. What people don't understand is that half that million will be paid in taxes. $50 a month can be used to pay my cell phone bill, which I'd use to make more money. Or my internet bill, which I'd use to get smarter and make more money. Or rent a power washer each month to make more money.
Sir, with respect, this is the wrong choice. $50 a month is $600 a year. $600 on $500,000 is a yield of just 0.12%. I could invest that $500,000 in treasuries and make a better return.
You don't understand scale. Use $50 to buy 10 tomato plants. In 6 months, you have 250 tomatoes. Plant those into 250 plants. 6 months, you got 6,250 plants. Plant them. 6 months, you have 156,000 tomatoes. Plant them. 6 months, you have 3.9 million tomatoes. Sell them for $1 each.
That's assuming a lot.
Do this every single month with your $50 for 12 months. You've got $46 million. Few people understand this. If Nick Tomato King Huber isn't worth billions, then this is all bullshit. He's just talking about tomatoes. And he's thinking he can make 50 million in a year.
Bruh, I don't know where you shop, but if you pay $1 per tomato, you defo getting ripped off. That's the same Dr.
Patel coming back in. Yep.
Ben, hit me up, Ryan.
Yeah, and Robert Evans, who's actually a journalist that I really enjoy. I linked you guys his article on the Boogaloo Boys back in the day. He got in on it and said, posted by a dude who has absolutely never made money growing things. And it's just so blatantly obvious. He just doesn't understand anything.
No.
But fucking hustle culture, man, is brutal.
So that is brutal. But I still think the funniest part of this exchange is when Dr. Patel comes in and says if you pay $1 per tomato, you're getting ripped off. Nick Tomato King Huber comes back in and says you are a poor salesman. And then someone responded to that, have you harvested tomatoes, like, ever? 1 to 25 to 625 never happens. It's not software that'll scale so fast. When you have to sell them, you have to pay taxes as well. Then Nick Tomato King Huber comes in. You are a poor farmer. And then there is a point, I can't find it. There is a point where he eventually replies, "Oh shit, I did the math wrong. It would take like 1,000 years to make $900,000.
The man literally did not understand anything, and it looks like he now has a cryptocurrency called Tomato Token.
Boo.
Just fucking become a shithole on Twitter and then try to make money off of it. That's the strat.
I mean, yeah, no, $500,000. Literally, you put that in just a fucking normal ass savings account at the right bank, and it's 3% annual yield, and you're making just fucking bunko dollars, more than 600 fucking bucks a year. I swear to God, if it was like 50K or something,
No.
obviously we've got a discussion to be had. We're just talking $50.
Also, yeah, I like how Tomato King makes the assumption that you couldn't somehow get passive income off of that $1 million. There's a lot going on. Hustle culture is just brainworms. Chaos was a meme. We talked about that before, which means we are headed into the breakouts. I got 3. Do we want to go through this? You guys insert what you've been checking out, so I'm not talking for like a full 20 minutes.
Sure.
That's good.
I rolled credits on the new Pokemon Snap, which I enjoyed because I played the original Pokemon Snap as a child. It's weird to me playing this now that while it is a technically more impressive game, it, with multiple characters that interact and have personalities, still somehow like a worse plot than the original N64 game.
I don't believe you, though. Like,
No?
you were just a kid,
Yeah.
so you liked the plot more. Like, you didn't realize how shitty it was because you were a little kid, and now you're a 25-year-old, and you're like actually looking at it with an objective lens, and like, yeah, this isn't that good.
In the same way that if I was 12 years old and you came to me and said, "Andrew, this is a video game where you kill chaos," I would have thought that was so fucking cool. But now I'm 20.
Super edgy,
Now I'm
bro.
25 years old and realize it's not. It's not cool to kill chaos.
It's cool to take. It's cool when a game sets up, oh shit, Mew's here. Let's see if we can get a picture of him. And then you spend the whole game taking pictures of Pokemon, and then eventually you get to take a picture of Mew. No, there's no payoff to this game when you roll credits. It just kind of ends.
What was the payoff in the OG?
You gotta take a picture of Mew.
Wait, it's the same both times?
And they set it up. No, in the OG, it's Mew. In this one, it's a new legendary,
okay.
Not new, but like newer, called Xerneas. That's like a tree deer. And you do that. He wasn't talked about beforehand or built up really or anything like. And then it just ends. And there's kind of a subplot about, oh yeah, he stopped a meteorite from falling. That doesn't matter though. We're not going to resolve that. It's weird.
I think we need to use the appropriate shocked Pikachu meme when Lucas played a kid's game designed for
Nah.
7-year-olds, like, to take pictures of their favorite Pokemon, and was like, it wasn't really up to my standards. Like, bro, I don't know what you were expecting, man. Like, me and Andrew saw it from a mile away.
A resolution.
And granted, we're not as into Pokemon as you, but god
I was
damn,
hoping for
man.
a resolution.
It's for babies, man. They phoned it in. It's for babies.
There is some good stuff in this game though. Charizard looking cool, coming out of nowhere. Just a fucking Celebi coming out of nowhere when you're in the woods randomly. And then, like, I audibly gasped and snapped a bunch of pictures of that little onion dude. That's cool. Just like in the original game, you get, like, apples to, get Pokemon to do stuff by throwing it at them. And they try to walk it back by being like, no, these are called fluff fruit. They're soft and they won't hurt when you hit a Pokemon with them. And, like, nah, man, I'm just hucking apples. I'm just hucking apples at these animals.
I'm telling you, it's for babies.
Yeah, Lucas, you recently started playing, like, Soulsborne games.
Yeah.
Games that people that play them famously refer to every other video game as a baby game for babies.
Uh-huh.
And now you're playing actual baby games for babies.
And enjoying it for the most part.
Are you?
You didn't open with... Yeah, you didn't open with, I loved it. It was great. You
sorry.
opened with, yeah, this game was not as good as the OG.
No, I'm sorry. I do this bad thing where I like list my complaints first. I should not do that. This game looks amazing. Pokemon never rendered with this much graphical prowess before. A lot of cool setups, and I kind of still want to keep playing this because I know there's a bunch of stuff in there that I haven't seen that would be really cool. I think I can get a Heracross and a Pinsir to fight, but I'm not totally sure how to do that yet. So that'd be really cool.
That sounds a little darker than throwing apples. It sounds like you're actively encouraging animals to
went to
battle
the Heracross
death.
and I left fake text messages on their wife's phone that make it seem like they're sleeping around with this other Pokemon and got them to argue and doesn't know what's going on. Then they just start fighting, and I took a bunch of pictures and I sold them on WorldStar.
I think they're in the same egg group, so like, yeah, that could happen.
Heracross and Pinsir could fuck?
Or one of them could fuck the other's wife, yes.
It'd be traumatic insemination, though, dude.
What?
Fuck, that's
'cause
dark.
they're bugs,
Dude, beetles.
Yeah.
Beetles fucking do traumatic insemination.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Imagine a 3-foot bug just... oh, God. Kids, don't look up traumatic insemination. It's some dark shit, man. Mother Nature's really bad.
Nature finds a way, and sometimes it is the worst way possible.
Sometimes it's through your fucking bone structure.
Your literal exoskeleton.
Andrew, what did you check out?
I haven't been checking out anything new recently. Almost done with Resident Evil 8. Jade and I got to the point where, at least we assume it is, they definitely set it up of like, this is the end of the game. There was a couple of times where they're like, this is goodbye, and you're not going to be able to shop here anymore.
Yeah.
And so, like, I assume this is the end of the game, but we weren't able to finish what I assume was like the last 20 minutes.
Can I fire off a couple of questions I have about this game, if you
Sure.
don't mind? What is the lumpy dude's deal, and what's his dungeon like?
The lumpy dude. So that is Moreau.
Okay.
His dungeon is like basically like a flooded part of town. And that is where the big fish is.
Big fish.
Big
Okay.
fish.
Did you speaking of that character, did you enjoy the Duke in this game?
Wait. Oh, you're talking about the Duke?
No. I was talking about Moreau, but then you
okay.
mentioned that like there was a scene where the Duke said, "Yeah, this is going to be the last time we do anything." Yeah. Okay. So you mentioned the Duke. Is that like a good, well-written character? Because when he first appeared, a lot of people rightfully were like, "This is kind of a fat-phobic design."
I mean, sure, because he is fat and he's.
But like.
He's not a bad guy, if that's what you're wondering. It's not like he's bad, and he's bad because he's fat. He just is huge. He's not human. He is just like most of the things there. He is changed because of some shit, and they don't explain why. He doesn't know. Like, there's literally a line where he's like, "What are you?" And he's like, "I have no idea." I don't know why I
then-
am this way, but
And then how was the? I think the steampunk guy's name is Hindenburg.
yeah,
Heisenberg.
Rocky Rococo.
Rocky Rococo. Yeah. Looks like Rocky Rococo. How was his dungeon? How was his boss fight?
His was maybe the longest. His dungeon.
Oh.
So the castle was really long. That was like 4 or 5 hours. The doll house thing was pretty short, probably only like 30, 45 minutes. Moreau's dungeon was probably less than 2 hours, maybe about 2 hours, if everything put together. And then Heisenberg's factory is really involved. There's multiple floors. There's a bunch of shit you have to do to get to other floors. And it was good. I think that may have been my favorite part of the game because it was scary.
Very cool.
Scary again. Still really well done. Some good puzzles.
Awesome. Final Space Season 3 ended. I watched all of Final Space 3, Season 3, regrettably now. It's bad.
I didn't watch
It's
it.
dumb. Yeah.
It sucks.
There's a whole on and off subplot where, no, actually Gary's the evil one, not me, Space Satan. I'm the good guy and all that. And, it's dumb. There's one good episode that's... Andrew, do you care about spoilers for this?
Maybe a little. I will eventually watch it. I know I will. I just kind of have to.
I think this will talk you in. There is one genuinely good episode that's really cool and fun because Gary finds out his robot arm is also a gun. And that's pretty great.
Okay.
But that's it. It's the only moment of genuine joy that I felt watching this, akin to what I felt in season 1 of watching this show.
This show had so much promise. It's a real big bummer that it turned out this way. I mean,
bit off more than they could chew.
Yeah.
Ryan, what are you checking out in the past 2 weeks? Jesus.
Not too much. Finally did it. I'm taking the plunge. I'm right in the middle. Not right in the middle. I am playing The Last of Us Part 2. I don't want anyone to say anything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't want this to be a discussion.
Okay.
Just in case there's an accidental slip where you thought something happened earlier than it did. The fact that I made it this far, I'm in spoiler quarantine mode.
Mm-hmm.
I can't Google anything about this game. I refuse to Google. Jesus Christ. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Street racers, basically, right outside my window. Literally, there was a moment, and I'm talking about this. You don't have to confirm it. I'm being so fucking safe about this. There was a moment early on where you are in a supermarket and there is a puzzle to open a safe. It says the safe's combination is the day my good boy won employee of the month or whatever. And I had noticed on the employee of the month, I'm like, oh, that's a fun visual gag. Turned out it was actually important, so I was like, oh, I guess not as fun. That there was a dog that won employee of the month at the supermarket in July of 2013. So I'm like, okay, well, what day? Because it has 3 things. So I'm like, okay, 7-something-13. And I started doing it. I was like, well, 7/31/13. And you think end of the month, right? That's when they'd award employee of the month for July. And I went all the way back to July 23rd, and it wasn't working. So I was like, well, maybe they awarded it in August. And I'm like, I feel like that's going to be weird, but maybe they were thinking that far ahead. Went the first 3 days of August, and was like, not that either. Went back to July 22nd, not that either. And I was like, I got to Google it. This is stupid. This is so... I know the solution to the puzzle, but I'm wondering if there's this stupid little piece. Didn't Google it. I fucking did. I hesitated on the pause menu for a good 5 minutes to debate on whether or not I should Google it, and it ended up being for not that great, 30 pieces of scrap and a med kit. It wasn't that great of loot. So I then went back in 7/21. No, 7/20. 2013 was the date apparently that her dog won employee of the month, and I was like, who the fuck is awarding employee of the month in basically the middle of the month? that makes no sense. But it opened, and I was just like, oh, Jesus Christ! Like, I wasn't gonna go for much longer. I was just gonna skip it.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't gonna Google it. I was like, there's just no way I can Google anything about this. I'm just gonna skip it.
Andrew, do you remember that puzzle enough to say if that was hidden somewhere, or did you just have to strong arm it?
No, it was.
Oh, okay.
Like the calendar,
Yeah,
or the big wall that had all the pictures, and then it said July 2013.
Yeah.
It just didn't say the day.
I think
so. Your job was to use the day.
I think you may have missed something. I can't remember exactly, because I do remember I figured it out without having to do all of that. I don't remember exactly the details. I think there was, like, in another room, there was something else that indicated it would be that, you know, like the employee of the month was always awarded on the 20th. I can't remember to say for sure. I could be wrong. But I think there was there was another visual item that indicated it was going to be that day.
Got it. I took to brute forcing it the minute I found that note because it was right next to the safe. What can you do? And otherwise, yeah, fucking my heart's destroyed. I don't like to side with the fucking crowd that absolutely only did not like the beginning of that game because they're bigoted Nazi trash who doesn't want to play a video game where a lesbian teenager is the main character. But fucking A, man, that was at least 80% of my enjoyment of The Last of Us Part 1 was their relationship and the fact that that's not going to be at all featured in The Last of Us Part 2, aside from one brief scene. And I don't want to hear, Lucas, because I just don't.
No, I'm just saying, you can say what happened. Like, I don't care about spoilers. We don't care about spoilers.
No, I'm sure you're aware.
Okay.
Joel gets fucking brutally murdered in front of Ellie about hour 2 into literally 2 hours in.
Right.
And you get one scene where it kind of feels like back to their old dynamic, and then they never see each other. There's going to be flashbacks, and that's why I'm saying don't fucking talk about anything.
Right.
I know there's definitely going to flashback to that night. They've been alluding to it for a long time. But, like, just tore my heart apart and made me concerned. And I'm absolutely open-minded because they blew me away with the first game. And I'm enjoying the gameplay. It feels really smooth. It feels a lot smoother than when I went back to Last of Us Part 1. I'm having a lot more fun with the combat and everything like that so far. The puzzles are enjoyable. The atmosphere is just second to none. You really feel like you're in the game. It's got its hooks into me, but I am fucking concerned. Like, if I finish this game and don't like it, I know why I won't like it, because I wanted more of Joel and Ellie. And it's not, and I'm gonna get tidbits sprinkled throughout the game to when Ellie comes on a serious challenge, she'll flash back to a moment with obviously, but that doesn't help it. So I'm a bit fucked up right now, fam.
Yeah.
And not in a good way. Like, of course it would be heart wrenching, but
yes,
I guess it's because I expected them to kill one of them in the first game, and the fact that they both survived the first game, I ended up really liking because it subverted that expectation. And then it paid off ostensibly 2 hours later. 2 hours after the end of the first game, it paid off in what you were expecting the entire first game to be. So, I don't know.
So, I'm not going to say anything about what
I want to know nothing.
Yeah, no, good. The only thing that I will say about what
I don't. I'm serious, dude.
No.
I don't. Even if you're saying don't worry, then I don't want to hear that.
That's not what I'm
even.
saying. I'm just going to say I'm interested to see what you think of the game by the time you finish it, because I said that I did like the game, but it could be for reasons that you don't identify with, or maybe you just don't feel the same way about how the narrative plays out. Won't say anything about why or anything like that. Just
you've done it though. You've done it.
Done what?
There's expectations now in my head.
There doesn't have to be.
There's some expectations.
No, it's just.
I know, but that's just my brain. I'm not consciously trying to solve the puzzle, but I'm absolutely when new plot details are revealed, I'm going to be like, this is the thing that Andrew... I told you about how in Red Dead Redemption 2, I got past you and I accidentally spoiled myself on something because of what you had said in the past. I was like, oh, here's that moment Andrew was talking about. But it wasn't what you were talking about. You didn't accidentally spoil it. But that's just like my brain is trying to figure out the game as I go. Any piece of information is going to lead me down a path that might be right or wrong. But like, so I'm just trying to avoid it. It was very minimal, but I don't want to hear anything.
Okay.
Definitely.
Really
Good.
Definitely please continue to update us as you play through this video game. I'm interested.
The Ryan's silent review of Last of Us Part 2.
Where are you?
Until he finishes the game.
Because
I just got to Seattle and I'm climbing over the wall.
Okay.
I've solved the wall puzzle.
Gotcha.
Now I have to open the door for Dina to let her in. Like it's very early, obviously.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm literally like 2.5 hours in.
And then the last thing I checked out is a new anime on Netflix called Record of Ragnarok. I described Final Space as dumb. This is also dumb, but the good kind of dumb, and I love it. Plot setup here is that the gods have decided that they're going to blow up the earth, but then lesser god is like, well, what if we gave them a fighting chance? So then they hold a tournament, and then it is some of the biggest historical figures in the history of humanity fighting gods. So then you just get stuff like the biblical Adam as a buff twink just beating the shit out of Zeus, who is a weird old man. And I'm enjoying it. It's fun. It's dumb. Yeah, it's what I need right now. Dumb, wholesome fun for the whole family. It's not wholesome. It's not for the whole family. It's for me specifically, and I enjoy it. And that will take us into the group chat. Bucks won.
Yeah, Bucks won. I don't want to spend too much time on it because my AC's dying, and we talked about it before.
It's totally fine. It's totally fine.
It's a podcast.
Bucks won by 4. Wasn't even close.
Yeah,
Wasn't.
never in doubt.
No need to sweat it.
I wouldn't.
Two possessions.
So my dad had to go to bed at halftime because he's really tired. He's going through some shit.
Fuck, man.
That was staying up late for him. He is.
No, I know.
Yeah,
Fuck,
yeah.
man, as in that's brutal. That sucks. Like, he missed an all-timer.
But he did because he's a dad. He woke up early on Father's Day at 4:30 or 5 in the morning and had the game taped before anyone else.
And didn't spoil it for himself at
No.
all?
He just he started the tape, fast forwarded to halftime, because that's when he went to bed, and then just watched the game and then fast forwarded through the commercials.
And his phone didn't have any updates that
My
said
dad,
Milwaukee's
my dad
advancing,
doesn't
blah,
use
blah.
his cell phone. Are you
Yeah.
fucking kidding me?
I have no idea.
No, he doesn't have any of that shit. No, he completely watched it fresh, and then he got into overtime, and my mom woke up, and he's like, "What happened?" And she said, "I'm not saying anything, other than Giannis said Kevin Durant is the best player in the world," and he's like, "Fuck, that means we lost," and then watched it and realized that we won.
God, dude, I have so much fucking respect for KD, and I don't at the same time. It's so brutal.
Yeah.
I just wish he wasn't such a piece of... You imagine if he stayed in Oklahoma City?
Yeah.
Right?
KD would be an all-timer, and they had a they had a squad. They could have absolutely competed for championships. Would they have won? Probably not. But they could have competed, and this man chose to build make a super team, even more super, win a bunch of rings there, and then go to another super team. Like, fuck, dude, you can drop 50 whenever you want,
Yeah.
regardless of supporting cast. Why? Why did you have to do this shit, man? This is bullshit. I have no respect for your team decisions. But
You're so good.
Like, you're so good. And he dapped up Giannis. Like, LeBron hasn't been doing that shit. LeBron's been walking out like a sore loser all the time.
No, his post-game interview was really good.
Straight to Giannis.
Yeah.
No, and he went straight to Giannis, dapped him up, was like, bro, fucking, you could tell it was just like massive respect, man. Yeah, and the post-game, literally, the reporters were asking him questions about the Nets, and he was just like, dude, can we just, give kudos to the Bucks? Can we stop pretending that we lost the game?
Yeah.
Like, the Bucks won it. They beat us. Like, they're a really good team, and we just didn't win, guys. And it was like, you don't hear that, ever.
Yeah.
And you could tell he was upset. Like, he said, what someone said, or he said something, and he was just like, it doesn't matter. Like he literally like pulled the like, I'm sick of that question, move on. You could tell he was upset, but he still was like giving props to the Bucks, and it was just like, fucking, why'd you have to be? Why do you have to keep picking super teams, bro?
Yeah,
I would root for you, man. You're so good.
I've come to be a little ashamed of how just happy and enthused I was when KD missed that last three. That like, yeah,
I'm not ashamed because once again, he left arguably the greatest super team of all time to go to arguably the greatest super team of all time. Like, I just don't have sympathy. And they're all under contract for 2 or 3 more years. Like, to pretend that they're not going to be able to make another run at some point is insane. Like, the Bucks, this might be our one shot. The Nets are absolutely going to be able to run it back for a couple more years.
So fucking stressed out throughout the entire game. Like, I was exhausted. And like I said, my dad went to bed at halftime. My mom was going to go to bed when we went into overtime because she's like, I'm too tired. I wouldn't let her. I said, you have to stay out here with me. I can't just watch this alone. I'm going to die.
God, that overtime was brutal. That was fun.
Yeah, 3 minutes where nobody scored.
Stray observations from this. I was furious at Nets fans counting whenever Giannis was doing free throws until I realized it was helping him. Yeah. And then it took the stadium a while to realize that they were helping the Bucks.
Yeah.
And then they finally stopped counting. He immediately airballs it, and it's like, yeah, guys, you're clearly giving him a cadence. Like you're like Lucas kept saying, it's literally a metronome. Like you couldn't ask for a better rhythm to shoot against. Like it was literally dribble on the same number every time, shoot on 13 every time, and it was just money. He made 7 in a row. Like you fucked it, Nets fans. That literally could have been the difference. And it's so salty tears. Tears of unfathomable sadness. And also any badness I felt about the shit talk when Kevin Durant missed it is completely overshadowed by we didn't shit talk James Harden enough. He didn't get enough shit. That man is a fucking blight on the sport of basketball. Like his brand is
James
just
Harden fucking
garbage.
sucks. Yeah, James Harden also very good. I'm just kind of like you. I don't like KD for what he's done, but like I have to respect KD. He's a respectable guy, and he plays fucking balls out. He just you can tell he's putting everything out there. And James Harden his entire game has just been just draw fouls. Just draw fouls. Sometimes I'll make baskets.
No, at one point he was like 0 for 6 from the field, but he had 8 points because he had 8 free throws. And it's just like he's not even trying to score. This is bullshit, dude. And they kept giving him every call because fucking New York. Gotta have the New York market. Ugh.
Some of the calls in that last game were questionable.
Garbage.
Bucks win by 6 to 8 if that game is ref straight. The PJ Tucker foul out was just the pièce de résistance, especially when we figured out that Blake Griffin had 5 fouls. That could have been Blake Griffin's 6th foul. Yeah. Then we win that game. There's not even a buzzer beater attempt from Kevin Durant.
No.
Like we were winning that game by 6 points minimum without them even being able to shoot for it.
Lopez
if Blake Griffin fouls
literally
out there.
getting shoved on his ass out of bounds while trying to take a 3. That wasn't called for a foul. Drew Holiday at the end when the inbounds to Lopez, that was a fucking disaster. That should have been a foul on Blake Griffin. I mean, he was attempting to shoot, and he got hit, and then the ball came out. Like, that should have been a foul.
Wait, on the inbounds?
No, I'm talking about when the ball went out of bounds.
Okay. I was going to say the inbounds play when we had 2 seconds on the shot clock, that was Brook Lopez pulling a J.R. Smith.
Yeah.
He just
Lopez had a good game,
clock.
but holy fucking shit, was that the dumbest thing I've seen since, J.R. Smith.
That was J.R. Smith part 2, man. If we would have been losing, that literally would have been the exact same situation, but more painful because it was Game 7. Brutal, man.
Brutal. Thank you all so much for listening to episode 147 of the Voluntary Viewing podcast. If you like what you heard, like, comment, subscribe, etc. Check us out on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok for highlight clips. We have a Patreon, and if you want to support us there, you're joining the likes of the terrific Tiffany Cole, Sucky Badger, and sensual Richard Nixon. Act Blue link in the description down below if you want to help a collection of great progressive causes. Email voluntaryviewing@gmail.com if you have questions for us or business opportunities. Follow us on Twitter at V2_podcast for updates, and follow me at Lucas DeRuyter on Twitter to keep up with all of my writing. Hope you're having a great Father's Day. Hope you're having a great weekend. Hope you have a great week, but no matter what you have going on, good luck with it.